This morning, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones surveyed the site where the Cowboys indoor practice facility once stood. The Cowboys canceled today's final workout of the rookie minicamp. All 27 rookies took part in a meeting and have been instructed not to talk to the media. An estimated 70 people, including 27 rookie players, were inside the practice facility when a microburst hit with winds exceeding 70 miles an hour, causing it to collapse. Now, while none of the players were injured, the Cowboys released information on 3 staff members who were seriously injured. Special teams coach Joe DeCamillis is scheduled to undergo surgery tomorrow to stabilize a fractured vertebrae. He is currently listed in stable condition without paralysis. Assistant athletic trainer Greg Gaither underwent surgery to repair fractured tibia and fibula in his right leg. Now, Gaither is expected to be released sometime this week. Scouting assistant Rich Beam suffered a fracture to his spine, which caused a severing of the spinal cord. That has caused permanent paralysis from the waist down. Beam remains hospitalized in stable condition after he underwent surgery last night. All right, and I'm now joined by Steve Dennnis. And Steve, this is the part where our job, to me, gets tough. I've been at Valley Ranch for 20 years in some form or fashion. These people out there, a lot of folks don't know the Rich Beams and the Greg Gaithers of the world, but they become kind of extended family members to you. And obviously, there's a couple of them very seriously injured now.
Sure they do. We spend a lot of time out there with them, get to know them real well. It will not go down as one of my favorite weekends for sure, if only for the memory of standing there, watching the emergency people, bringing the people off the Cowboys practice field on stretchers and loading them into ambulances and wondering how many it will be, how badly hurt they will be, and who they will be. It is still utterly amazing to me how quickly a normal day at Valley Ranch, covering the doings of the Dallas Cowboys like we do, turned into something completely different. In 1 minute, it was a normal rookie minicamp practice. In the next, it was far from normal.
It was like survival. I mean, you know, somebody asked me, were you scared? And I said, you know what, I didn't have time. It was like, I got to get out of here. I knew that.
2 walls started to buckle in, and people screamed, and people started swearing, and put my head down and ran for the door.
For these 27 players, in 1 minute, it was all about impressing their new coaches.
We want people? Look, we got somebody down there! We got people!
In the next, it was about making sure all their new teammates were safe.
The players did a great job. I mean, they didn't even hesitate. They went after to try to find as many people as we could, as fast as we could.
For the media members inside the bubble, in 1 minute, it was all about watching the new potential Cowboys.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hey, is anybody under there?
In the next, it was about something else entirely.
He just tried to get to the door, and then there was a big pileup, and he really couldn't move because I assumed the wind was blowing so hard he couldn't push the door open, and then it just collapsed.
And when we knew something was pretty serious was when the lights on the ceiling started swaying back and forth. From that point, practice kind of stopped, and people looked up, and then honestly, the next thing I remember is scrambling out of a pile of people and rubble.
After those first minutes, the next hour wasn't about football at all. It was all about the rescue personnel, acting fast and efficient.
Prompt action, I think, prevented a lot of the problems that we could have had. So we think that this went very, very well from a medical point of view.
And after it all had sunk in, it was about making sense of it all.
This was absolutely terrifying. People are hurt. This is just a really scary situation.
I think everybody was lucky. We were very fortunate.
It's the most surreal thing I've ever been a part of. And I'm just, the fact that everyone got out of there, for the most part, in pretty good shape is incredible. That's probably the thing I'll remember the most.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones returned back to North Texas Saturday night from the Kentucky Derby. Today, he released a statement. Here are bits of it. To the Beam family, we extend our love, comfort, and the full support of every person and resource within the organization. We also extend our heartfelt and best wishes to Coach Joe DeCamillis and his family as they prepare for Joe's surgery tomorrow. We are grateful that Greg Gaither's surgery was successful, and we feel blessed that others involved were able to walk away from this accident. The Dallas Cowboys organization would like to express its deepest appreciation to the City of Irving's fire, police, and medical emergency teams that collectively responded. We are also grateful to those Cowboys players and staff members who acted so quickly and heroically in the face of personal danger to help those around them who were in need of immediate assistance.
All right, and Steve, let's welcome in now from our